super excited about tonight. We sat down and came up with notes and stuff to make sure that we're giving you guys the best information to help you with your Instagram pages. So let's start off with prayer so we can just invite God into the space and make sure that the information that is being shared tonight is being received with open hearts and minds. So dear Heavenly Father, we come to you as humble as we know how. Thank you for your many blessings. We just thank you so much for the people that we have on our team, Lord God, and for those who are able from experience to pour into those who are wanting and desiring to learn at this hour, Lord God. We just pray that the information is understandable and that it is shared in a clear way where they understand it and are able to apply it to their businesses. We thank you in advance for every tip, for every question, and for every space of confusion being, dealt with during this time. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is consistency before we even go into like the whole spill. Everyone knows that with anything that you are doing, consistency is key. And so I just want to like be transparent and explain to you guys, when I first started this business, I always worked from Instagram. I know a lot of people who started with me like later on in the game, maybe after I went double, triple or something, you guys may assume that I have been able to build because of my following and stuff, but honestly, and we're going to go over following and stuff like that, but honestly, I started where most of you are starting. Some of you are starting the business and you're further ahead than I was when I started. So I want you guys to know that I built from Instagram all the way to Double Diamond. And I tell you guys all the time, I stayed at Double Diamond for 2 years straight. And that was because I refused to use Facebook. I did not want to use Facebook. I did not want to talk to people from college or high school or my hometown. And I love the fact that Instagram was a mixture of just people that I didn't know. Until Hostapos came out, right? So Hostapos came out and it was an actual system that I could use and work and like learn how to grow my network on Facebook. Because at first it didn't make sense to me. How was I going to add people from a network that I didn't even want there? So me being willing to transition over to Facebook is what took my business from Double Diamond for 2 years, from a place where I lost my rank and dropped down to Diamond. It took it all the way to Triple Diamond and Presidential. So I want to just start there by saying that, because you guys could be stuck at your current promotion or not promoting because you're unwilling to tap into the market on Instagram. And Instagram is where it's at, I promise, especially for distributors. And I'm going to break down why. I want to break down why. Should I do that first, Daylon, or did you want to talk about your part in the consistency? Okay. So I want to break down why really quick, because I was talking to the girls earlier as we were coming up with like our game plan for tonight. Here's why Instagram works better for like getting distributors and stuff. I want everybody to think about Facebook. Put Facebook in your head right now. If you see somebody's post on Facebook on your newsfeed, you're going to click on the post if you're interested, right? You're going to go to their page, but you're not going to take all day scrolling through their statuses and photos here and there and then 2 more statuses. You're not going to really get a feel for who they are. When you're on Instagram, if someone is scrolling down their newsfeed and they see a photo of you and they see something about the business opportunity and they click that and go to your page, they're going to see a whole album of you, your family, who you are, what you represent, the fact that you have a clean house, the fact that you have 2 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, the fact that you're a real person. They're able to grasp that from one glance, guys. From the moment they come to your page, no scroll even necessary, right? That is why Instagram works with like building your business, because you're able to get other real people. And for the same thing, when you go to their pages, if someone's interested in the business, or even if they're not interested yet, when you go to somebody else's pages, you're able to see the same thing, who they are, what they represent, what they're excited about. You're able to gather things about them before you even speak to them. They're able to determine things about you before they even speak to you from Instagram. The same thing does not happen on Facebook. Can we all agree to that? When is the last time you went scrolling down somebody's Facebook page trying to figure them out. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. We can all agree to that. Okay. So also with Instagram, the stories are just a little bit better, you guys. Like the the stories are so much better than Instagram. Most people post their stories on Instagram and then share them on Facebook, right? You're not doing it the other way around. So why not spend more time trying to learn and perfect Instagram? Okay. I also want you guys to consider this. When someone goes to your Instagram page, not only are they able to see like a whole display of who you are, but they're able to see the bio is right there. They can see your profile picture. They see your name. They also are able to see your stories from today. So they know what you ate for lunch. They know that you didn't do your hair today. They know that your kid peed on the floor. They know little things about you. You're not sharing it on Facebook. Okay, so they're able to like know you and grasp who you are. So we're gonna break it all down, but that is why I want you guys to focus on Instagram. And me asking that question and finding out that people had not been using Instagram to build it, everything has made sense for me. I'm like, that's why my girls and my guys are not killing Instagram and enrolling the number of distributors. Y'all could be killing Instagram. Like, I cannot believe this. And I went through all the emotions. I'm like, dang, I'm disappointed. But dang, we about to kill it. So I want you guys to understand, I'm super excited, and I'm glad that God gave me the aha moment to even come and ask you guys, what were y'all using to grow your businesses? So now we know what direction to go in, because if something's not working, there's something else that is working for your leader on this team. And I just want you guys to trust us. The people, myself, Delonda, and Sharon, we have always built on Instagram. So we're going to give you all of our tips, how we learned, because I told y'all can take a scroll down the line on all of our pages and see how horrible our posts were when we first started. So that's my spiel on consistency. So I want you guys to put in the chat if you're willing to be consistent. If you're willing to accept the challenge, we're going to give you a challenge at the end of this. If you're willing to accept the challenge, put it in the chat right now. So Delonda, you're up.
Hey, y'all. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are having an awesome Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. What I wanted to share a little bit about for consistency. So it's so crazy. I had an aha moment. And I remember, I'm going to be transparent. I remember going to Tierra like, oh my gosh, like I'm not signing DTs. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like I need some help, just all the stuff that you think about when things are not going right. And one of the things I started to realize was there was one little task that I was missing out doing every single day. And I would hear Tierra, like when I first started, like even now, like still talk about, gotta message, like message your likes and stuff. And I was not doing that. I was not doing that. I was doing everything else, y'all, besides messaging my likes and my comments. And a lot of times we think that people are just going to come to us. But one thing I realized is when I started to message my likes and my comments, I started to get more people come back to me, and we started to build a conversation. And now I have their number, and now I can take things further and go ahead and enroll them. So I just want to tell you guys that even though like messaging sometimes takes a long time because you have to go and you have to message those people that like your comments, it does your business justice because you are being, putting your big girl, big boy pants on, and you're reaching out to people, and they see your post already. So they already know what you're talking about. They read your caption, but they are looking at your post and looking at your page and liking it for a reason. And if you don't message them, then you will never know. It'll just be months and months going on, and you would just still feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just scared. But so yeah, that's what I wanted to share. And it was so crazy, but I really sat down and just looked at it, I was like, why am I not getting enrolled in this? And I was like, I'm not messaging my likes or my comments on my post. So and that's, y'all, whether you're getting 10 likes and comments, 100 likes and comments, still message them, okay? So that you can still be consistent, so that you can make sure that you're always reaching out to people. So yeah, I wanted to share that.
Thank you so much. And you guys, when I back in the day when I worked my business with one of my close friends, we would literally this is before power hour time. Like power hours weren't even thought of then. We would stay up. It'd be 11 o'clock. Nope, we're not going to sleep until we message our likes. And we would always do that. And actually this same situation happened with my team then when I was stuck at Double Diamond. And I had a little Christmas sleepover type thing. And the girls there told me they won't message it. And I was like, what you mean? So I just want you guys to know, that's what I'm thinking. When I found out that you guys are not using Instagram, what do you mean you're not using Instagram? So we're gonna fix that tonight. And Sharon, you're up next. I want you to tell them how Instagram has helped you and what you realize with your enrollments and stuff and going diamond.
All right. Hey, y'all. So I started strictly on Instagram. And I remember Tia telling me, Sharon, there's going to come a point in time that you're going to have to break from Instagram and go to Facebook. And I'm like, I don't like Facebook. I hated it with a passion. So when I honestly just started using Facebook for Host to Post when I went diamond, it took me a year to go diamond. Literally a year. And I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and use it. So now I just had to break apart from using Instagram because I was doing Host to Post on Instagram, but it wasn't working for me. They would post it and I'm like, how are they going to comment? How are they going to contact me if they're interested? Because it's on a story. I can't go and comment, see the people who's looking at it. So I was like, okay, let me just use Facebook. And from breaking apart and using both platforms for my business has completely helped. So if you guys are just using Facebook, break apart and use Instagram and vice versa, and it will help.
Thank you. I want you guys to know, we had a conversation with Cammie the other day, and she was saying how disappointed she was because a lot of people are not enrolling distributors. And if you're not happy with the number of distributors you've been enrolling, I want you to put number 1 in the chat. Honestly, if you're not happy. One challenge that I gave my DTs, my leaders, I said, it's July. It's July. And we should have been enrolling 3 distributors per month, every single month, right? So 7 times 3 is 21. Have you enrolled 21 distributors this year? If you haven't, then you're significantly behind. And this could be the reason why. So what I do is I use Facebook for messaging for Host to Post and getting the products. And I do some business Host to Post every now and then, especially if we have some opportunity webinar coming up and stuff. But I primarily use Instagram, and I also post about the Instagram, the Instagram. I also post about the products on Instagram too, and we're going to talk about that. But I use that to show my life, and the products are a part of my life every single day, and the business is a part of my life every single day. I'm only using Facebook for Host to Post, to be honest. That's it. So I want to encourage you guys to kind of use that method. I know some of you guys are enrolling 80 customers, 30, 60, 50. But imagine if you were enrolling 25, 30 customers yourself and then also enrolling 10 distributors or 15, and they were doing the same thing. What Cammie said is that you're not going to enroll 200 customers. If you're enrolling 50, you're not going to get to 150. So why are you killing yourself to do it by yourself instead of figuring out how to bring other people in and do? If you feel as though the people that you've been signing up you can sign up people, but they don't work, maybe it's because they don't know your lifestyle. Maybe because you're not showing them. If they're from Facebook, all they know is that I signed up with this girl on Facebook. Kelly's from Facebook, but she's also on my Instagram. So she's able to get a full view of what my life looks like and stuff like that day to day. Some people who are coming from Facebook, they're not able to see what is even required of this business to get a feel for if they want to continue. Some people would continue just off the strength of you're showing them and teaching them how to be an influencer. People want to be influencers, okay? And that is why I love Instagram, because they're going to stick around to learn those skills more so than a person on Facebook that's just posting products here and there, okay? So we're going to go directly into posting. But before we do that, Sharon, you talked about, when we met, you talked about Facebook blocking you and you not having that same issue on Instagram. Can you talk about that a little bit before we go into posting?
Yes. So Tiara she tells us to message our likes. So I started posting on Facebook, and I was messaging my likes and I was getting blocked. I found myself getting blocked super quick, and I'm like, what? This is slowing me down. Facebook slows me down. because you get blocked so many times. So when I was doing it on Instagram, I realized I was getting 100 likes on my on my pictures, and I was messaging those people, but I wasn't getting blocked. Like, you can send as many, I don't know if I do switch like messages and stuff, but I'm not getting as blocked as I am on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, that is,
some water.
yeah, that's my situation on Instagram. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that.
Yes, and the reason why you're not getting blocked on Instagram is because the people who like your photo, the people who comment, they're friends with you. You don't get blocked for messaging people who are your friends. But when you're messaging people you don't know, which can happen on Facebook more so than on Instagram, you're likely to get blocked. So we're gonna go into posting really quick. I encouraged everyone last night to do homework and to find their person. If you did that, can you put a number 2 in the chat? If you found your person or someone that's similar to your lifestyle, or you can like kind of relate to them a little bit, if you found that person, put a number 2. And then see, Aria says she's only messaging her friends on Facebook and she still keep getting blocked. Okay, so if you guys did not do the homework, I highly suggest you guys to go and look at the post that we put in the chat yesterday. I have links in there for you to find your person. There is someone for everyone. So if you feel like you're super eccentric, like nobody on this team is like me, I love nature, I love doing this and stuff, like if you cannot find your person on our team, there is a influencer that shares their lifestyle on Instagram that's killing it. Okay, I don't care what you look like. I don't care what your house looks like. There's somebody just like you. There's someone with 5 kids. There's someone with 2 kids. There's someone with twins. There's someone with no kids. There's someone in college. There's someone who's a Delta, who's an AKA. There's someone who's a Kappa, friend. There's just like you that is on Instagram killing it. So you have to find your person. So I know Daylonda said that she found her person. You want to talk about that a little bit more?
Yes. So I actually did find my person. It was so crazy, y'all, because I follow a lot of influencers. They're called bloggers. And a lot of times you look at these people and you're like, I could never do stuff like that. But I promise you, you guys can. You just have to like find little parts of them that you can mimic. And when I say mimic, I'm talking about their pictures. So one thing that I learned from finding my person is that she was capturing like moments with her and her son, her by herself. But the biggest aha moment for me was that they took pictures like when they went out. So they went to the ice cream parlor. I'm gonna say it again just because I said it. Inside joke, y'all. But they went to the ice cream shop or a store or whatever. Krispy Kreme, not Krispy Kreme. Lord, now I'm messing up. They took pictures at an ice cream place, right? And it was so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, and then it was like another picture, her by herself, like in the forest or like at the gym. Like, I'm like, this is the missing piece. So what I learned was that you have to capture the moments that you leave your house. You have to capture the moments that you're in your house. A lot of you may say, well, I don't go nowhere. Well, like, go in front of a door, go in front of like your mailbox, go outside by a tree and capture moments. When you're out, when you go to Target or you go to TJ Maxx or something like that, take a picture. Like, take a picture with, you know, the clothes in the aisle or something, or take a picture by the nice flower that's outside, because that's capturing the moments. These are lifestyle pictures. So that was one of the things that stood out to me as I was looking for my person.
Yes, and I also, like Fred is saying, I think he shook his head when y'all say you don't go nowhere. But the picture that he has right there, like that would be a good picture. Cutting daggone watermelon. The lighting looks really good. Seriously, y'all, that's lifestyle. Like, I'm eating watermelon for my late night snack. That's something that other people would comment and like, because it's his lifestyle. It doesn't have to always be a pose. A pose. It doesn't have to always be a selfie. So I want you guys to understand that. Another thing that I realized, and I found my people a long time ago, and I just follow them. Of course, I find new people that I like recently I found an AKA, and just seeing how she incorporates her sorority, like our sorority, in like the pictures and stuff like that. That was something I'm like, okay, I can do a little bit more of that. I can throw in an AKA shirt, every now and then, so that my sorors know that I have a business, and then they're gonna trust me just off the strength of me wearing my shirt and talking about my business. So just to give you guys an example of how simple that is, because a lot of you probably think like, well, I don't take pictures, or I don't know how to pose. That's why you're following those people, because what you can do is save their posts, and we're going to talk about saving posts in a second. You can save their posts and just follow what they're doing. So if they're posing like this, the way I'm sitting in this chair, all you got to do is copy it. Put your leg up, put your arm on your knee, and take a picture. Tilt your head a little bit. You're literally looking at what they're doing and duplicating it, okay? So this weekend, I took pictures on my Sabbath. And the reason why is because I actually did want to capture those moments. That's the only day that I had time to, CJ got the kids, I can get dressed, I can do my hair, like I could put a little, makeup on and stuff. That's the only day I have. Mommies, do you feel me? Do you only get one day to get it right? Okay, put it in the chat. Come on, hype me up. Come hype me up. So that was the only day that I got. And so I'm like, I can't waste this day. I want to get these pictures. I want to pose with my babies. They're outside playing. Like, I want to be able to look back on this. So if that's how I felt, I took pictures. I just realized today, every picture that I posted this week was from that one day. So y'all are stressing, saying that you don't take pictures and stuff like that, but every single picture that I posted this week on my Instagram was from one day. I took a picture in front of the car with my daughter. I took a picture of them in the pool. I took a picture of Camden walking up the stairs. I took a picture of myself sitting in the car from the same day, y'all. And that's how simple it is. Even if you only have one day, use that one day and get as many pictures as you can in different places. And I was not strategically like, okay, I got to get one more so I can have it for my pictures to post this. It wasn't even like that. I was just snapping pictures of my kids, okay? So don't overthink it. Literally, if you only have one day, get it done in that one day. But don't overthink it. Just take pictures of your kids and have fun. What else? I'm gonna let Sharon go over lighting and collages.
So when you guys are first, if you don't have anybody to take a picture with you or of you, get a tripod. I got mine off of Amazon, and it has a light and a Bluetooth remote. You ain't gotta depend on anybody else to take your own pictures. Just take it yourself. So when you're taking a picture, for the best lighting, you want the light to be on your face. So I have a ring light on right now, but just go to a window, go by a white wall with light, and just make sure the light is on your face. And when on Instagram, you can have multiple pictures. So instead of making a collage of all the pictures, you can just swipe them. So I rather you guys use that method than putting a collage. Just take some time and put them like that instead of making a collage.
Yeah, does everybody here know how to do the scroll option on Instagram? If you don't, put a number, I don't know what number we're on, 4, put number 4 in the chat if you don't know how to use the scroll option. I think everybody. Okay. I have a couple people who don't, so I'm going to explain really quick. So when you are adding a photo to your Instagram, when you click the little plus button, there is a little square. It's a circle with a square inside of it. The bottom right corner. Y'all see that? You click the little circle with the square and that allows you to tap up to 10 photos. I'm not telling you guys to post 10 photos at once. You can literally just post like 2 or 3. I wouldn't post a bunch unless you just literally have a lot of the same photos and you're like, I like all of them, I can't choose, so I'm just gonna give them everything. You can do that. But I usually only post like 3, maybe 4 photos at a time. Now, I specifically started using the scroll option more because we have to include the income disclosure statements in our posts now. Well, what I realized as I was posting the income disclosure statement, my likes were going down. I'm like, why are my likes going down? And the reason why is because when some people were going to Instagram, they're seeing the income disclosure statement first instead of the photo of me and my kids first. It's somehow showing up on the income disclosure statement. And ain't nobody gonna just like a diagram, right? So what I started doing was posting like 2 pictures and then the income disclosure statement, or 3 pictures and then the income disclosure statement, or I'll do a picture, a quote, and then the income disclosure statement, so that if it landed on the second photo, I would still be content with that. I'll be okay with that. So definitely take that tip in. The next thing I wanted to talk about really quick is sharing products. And I have somebody that wants to order, so I'm gonna have to go on mute for a second. But sharing products on Instagram. Okay, guys. So when you went to your person's page, did y'all see them marketing like any products, or did y'all just like mostly see their lifestyle? Did you see them sharing any product whatsoever? Put a number, like, let me know, yes or no, in the chat. Okay, so Tiara said no. Jasmine, yes. Kira, no. Okay. So if you didn't see them, if they're influencers and you didn't see them sharing a product on their page, likely they are masking it the way that we're trying to teach you how to mask it, okay? The other people who you did see sharing products on their pages, they probably weren't going to the website. I bet y'all didn't see a picture of a website. Y'all ain't see a picture of a, Tramika, you did. You saw a picture of a website? Oh, okay. I'm like, girl, I know you did. I bet y'all ain't see no picture of like a product from a website page. So don't get sloppy when it comes to sharing your products. And the example I gave is like, if you have a toy, like if a company sent you a toy, right, for your child to play with, and they say, can you market this toy on social media? What you're not gonna do is go to the website and take a picture of the toy and say, this company sent me this toy, y'all can buy it. You're not gonna say that. But what you would do is post a picture of your kid playing with the toy and say something like, I'm so glad I was sent this toy from this company. My baby's always wanting to watch TV or be on that tablet. She can now play and learn some fine motor skills. Okay, I took the tablet away. Mommies, do y'all have an issue with your kids playing on the tablet all day? Y'all should try this out. That is lifestyle versus being sloppy and just, let me go get a picture of this daggone product real quick. And nobody's gonna like it, y'all. So don't post the products. Make sure that you're incorporating it with your lifestyle. So this is why if I'm talking about the skincare line, I'm gonna take a nice picture to make sure that my skin is showing, make sure it's in good lighting, and I'm gonna talk about the skincare line in the caption. Same thing with the hair vitamins. I'm gonna make sure that my hair is looking presentable, and I'll post it and I'll talk about that in the caption. Does your hair have to be like super long? No, there's a lot of people with short hair in this business that share the hair vitamins. There's a girl who literally did the big chop, and she didn't even need to do the big chop. She did the big chop specifically, and I'm not telling y'all to do this. She did it specifically so that she could show her hair growing out again from the hair vitamins. So no, your hair doesn't have to be like flowing in order for you to be successful in this business, okay? So do not get sloppy with your products. Share the products in a way that like incorporates it into your life. Like the product is a part of your day, not you just throwing a product up there. So if I'm gonna keep using Fred because he's right here cutting his watermelon. So if Fred was making some greens, right, he's not gonna just go on Instagram and post a picture of the bottle of greens, like, I love this in my smoothie. No, he could post a picture of him cutting up that fruit and say, like, I'm about to make a fruit smoothie. In the caption, I love putting greens in my smoothie. The product literally doesn't even have to be in the photo. He could message every single person that liked or commented that post or comment on that post simply because he had the fact that he was making a fruit smoothie with greens in it in the caption. Most people aren't even checking for the caption, y'all. If you simply post a nice picture, you're going to get likes and comments on the photo. I don't consider that said I do have to smile. I don't consider that cold messaging, because if somebody likes my content, they came to me. I didn't go to them. They gave me a list to go by. I have a list to follow to like message people. That's because they like my content. So that is why my message always says, hey, thanks so much for the love on my post, because them liking or loving, hearting, whatever, my content, that's showing love to me. And I say, thank you for the love on my post. Are you interested in the business, whatever I'm talking about? And I get yeses and I get nos. And the no's are okay. I don't care if I get 10 no's and 3 yeses. From those 3 yeses every single day, I'm going to get 3 enrollments every single month. And I'm okay with that. And so that's what you guys have to realize. What else? Okay. So we're going to go into stories now. Any questions about posting? We're going to talk a little bit more about like poses and all that stuff in a second. So where's Yolanda? Actually, I think Sharon is supposed to talk about stories, right? Both of y'all. Y'all go next, and then I'll come back.
Let me go first. You want to go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you guys, so for the stories, you guys should be showing your day. So, that's how I share my product. So I make my coffee, just little things that I'm doing. You can share your post that you posted for the day onto your stories. So I do not make all of the stories that I post on my story. I'll go to Tierra's page. I'll go to somebody else in the business. So if you guys can find somebody that you like in the business, or anybody on the team, you can you can hold down and screenshot their story. And I put the post, like if there's a picture of Tierra on there or something, I'll put it on over and I'll put my picture on top of it and add little things or cute or whatever. So you can start making your own, but you don't have to. So yeah, that's what I do.
So as far as me, y'all, so I do not, like Sharon said, I do not make stories, okay? I've probably made like one of my personal story, just because, of course, your journey, you know, from where you started to where you are now, that's a little more personal. But I feel like sometimes stories can take a long time. So this is what I do, okay? I have a little process. So on Saturdays, my Sabbath is on Sundays. So on Saturdays, I spend like 30 to 45 minutes, and I literally go through everyone that I'm following, as far as people that's on our team, people that's on other team, top income earners and stuff. And I literally take their stuff, and throughout the week too. So I'll go on their stories. Like today, I went to Tierra stories. I took her, it's a business story, I think, that she posts, and I took that. Okay, so I'm going to you guys' pages and I'm taking your stories, right? And I'm just saving them in my phone. And then on Saturdays, anything that needs to be like personalized. So like if it's somebody's picture, like Sharon just said, I'll go on Saturday and I'll place my picture on top of that other person's picture, so that I'll have stories. Here's the key about stories too, y'all. You can recycle your story. So whatever you post today, you can post about it again tomorrow or Saturday. Or whatever you post on Saturday, you can post about it again on Monday. So you can recycle your stories. Just have enough stories for product and have enough stories for the business. And because you should be sharing both of those stories every single day. And even with the products right now, we have a pick 2, pick 3 deal going on. So you could literally just recycle that stuff. That deal is going on until the 19th of this month. You do not need to use different things every single day. You can recycle stuff because you don't know who missed your story or who didn't see your story, or whatever the case may be. Those moments, you can just share it again so they can see your story. Another thing that I do is save pictures. So outside of saving stories, you can, or copying, screenshotting stories and saving it. I also save people's pictures, because let's say you see a good post, or you see a good like caption or something like that. On Instagram, it's a button in the corner under everybody's picture in the right lower corner that you can literally click, and it's going to save their post. And you can create albums if you want to do like quotes album, or you know, different type of different types of like different ways that you can pose albums. Like you can create your own albums so that you'll always have like different ways to go back and look at how you want to post as well. So just getting a hang of saving stories from other people. And I always say, go to your sponsors page first. Like, go to your sponsors page first. And I know it put pressure on the sponsor because you really have to be working your business, but that's what you should be doing anyway. And like I was telling Tiara earlier, I usually, whatever I do on Instagram, I do on Facebook. So whatever I'm posting in my stories on Instagram, I'm posting in my stories on Facebook. Now, Facebook sometimes have like situations where the videos and stuff don't upload, so that's another situation. But just getting a hang of like, okay, post the stories on Facebook, post stories on Instagram, post on my page on Facebook, post my page on Instagram, so that you can just get like a rhythm of doing things. So that is what I had from for stories. Sharon, did you have anything else to share for stories? No. Okay. Any questions so far, y'all, while we before we move on to the next thing? You guys have any questions about anything so far? So we talked about stories, posting, and consistency. So let's drop it in the chat. Y'all have some questions. Sharon, are you able to unmute yourself? No? Okay, I knew. I figured that. I was like, dang, no, she's not going to unmute yourself. Okay, hopefully Tiara get back before I answer all these questions. So let's see. So it says, how do you cover a picture again? So the app is called Over, O-V-E-R. And you could literally just upload the whatever picture it is and then take your picture and cover it with like whatever you need to cover. So use the Over app to cover any pictures that you may have. Work the stories in like commercials. Yes, thank you, Jess, for that. Yep, music, polls. Have fun, y'all. Like your story should be your TV show. Like it should be you. Like you just showcasing your life, like the funny stuff, the funny moments, the long drives, the burning food, the fun stuff, you know, like it should just be you. It's like TikTok, right? It's like this is the part where people get to see you and get to see how you are, who you are, because you guys know people join this business for you. So if you look boring and they go to your stories and they're like, it's just business, and product, they're not gonna want to join you. They're gonna be like, next person, I'm gonna find somebody that's fun. So just be yourself. Tara, you got it now.
Yes. I also wanted to talk about like researching and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff that we've learned came from our own research. And one thing that I know happens sometimes is that you guys are looking to your leaders to research everything for you and to like send everything to you. I want you guys to know that it is not your leader's responsibility to research your type of person. So for example, the homework I gave, it's not like, if you're like an eccentric person, you shouldn't be looking like, hey, Brooke, I'm super eccentric. Can you go find some eccentric people for me to follow on Instagram? Like, that's not her responsibility because she has to find her people. You need to find your people because that's who you're going to follow. We're not going to know who you should need to, like who you want to follow or who you can relate to. So that's something that you would need to take the time out to do if that makes sense. I don't know if Sharon already talked about like how she researched, like how to pose and stuff for her pictures. Did you already talk about that? Okay, do you want to go ahead and go over that, like how you started researching on YouTube and stuff like that?
So when I was growing my network on Instagram, I noticed that I was having a lot of followers, but a lot of my followers were not looking at my story. So I'm like, what in the world? So I went to YouTube and I looked up how to get more interaction on YouTube. And I just followed everything they told me that is good for it, and it actually helps. So if you're having a problem with growing your network or posing or how to grow your network or add new people and just different ideas, go to YouTube. I started on YouTube from day one. So when Tierra was telling me, Sharon, did you move a customer? I'm like, move a customer? I'm like, I went to YouTube. I was like, how to move a customer? Like literally I was researching everything. So that would definitely help.
Yes, and even with like research, I found when I first started getting on TikTok, and I think they're talking about closing down TikTok, so that's even more reason for you guys to learn how to use Instagram. But basically, when I first got on TikTok, there was like a video that showed different fonts that you could use for your GIFs. So y'all know like how there's like super bubbly words that aren't even cute for GIFs, but then there's like some really cute like words like drinking coffee and stuff like that. There's like different things that you can search and find the cute like words and stuff like that to put on your stories. So I found that on TikTok. You guys can find it on Pinterest. I know Sharon said she found those on Pinterest too. So you have to learn how to research what you need. I did not know how to edit my photos. So I know a lot of people are saying like, Tierra, your photos are so bright. One, I go outside. Two, I did research and I was like, oh, that's why my photos are always so dark. I always have the light behind me, which is why I started telling you guys. So everything that I teach to you all is from what I've learned myself. So it's not a situation like I know it all. No, I made the mistakes. That's why I'm telling y'all, don't do that. Don't take pictures with the light behind you or your photos are going to be super washed out. Your face is not going to look legible. Once a photo is messed up, once the lighting is horrible, once it's blurry, there is nothing you can do to make it better. There is no lighting. If you start off in a dark room, you putting filters on it is not going to make it bright again. So don't do that. Y'all have to start off with the right lighting. So try to take your pictures during the daytime. So a lot of mommies were saying they only get one day. It's 24 hours. Get up. Don't sit down on the bed or the couch till 6, 7 o'clock when you know it's getting dark outside. Get up so you can go ahead and get your pictures around 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then go back in the house and chill out. So I wanted to go over that really quick. What else? We have found our go-tos for taking stories. So we're not telling you guys to follow every top earner in the business and take their stories. That's what we do. So literally y'all can just come to us and take ours. Like we're doing the work so y'all don't have to. All y'all have to do is go to your leaders that are already right here and basically add them. So, or add the pictures to your stories. I don't create my own stories. I get that question all the time. What are you using? I don't. If I have time and I'm feeling creative, I will. I know how. But I know it's going to take a lot of my time. And most of the time, if I take my eyes off of Camden for too long, honey, it's going to be climbing up a curtain or something, okay? So you guys, I don't want y'all to think, we're not telling you guys to do anything that we're not doing ourselves. When, I don't know if Daylonda went over this, but I wrote it down too. When you guys are taking screenshots, just because you take the screenshot today, doesn't mean that the story has to be posted today. A lot of times I'll be going through someone else in the business stories and I'm like, screenshot. I'm gonna share those tomorrow or next week, okay? I didn't even screenshot them for today. So always try to screenshot it as you see it so then you'll have it available when you need something to post. I don't keep making stuff for every day. Once I've made a couple for the month, that's it. I'm gonna keep rotating the same ones, okay? Over and over and over again. You can create some new ones per month based on the season, based on school time. That's how I started. Based on school time, like the little pencils and stuff, and back to school time, little Christmas tree at Christmas time. You can like create new stuff like as the seasons go on and stuff, but I keep rotating the same ones until that month is over. So that is that. What else? I guess we can go into like drafts and like saving pictures and stuff like that. I like to save my photos as drafts. So I told you guys I took a lot of pictures. Let me see if I can log on and share my screen. I took a lot of pictures this weekend with the kids, what I do is save my photos as drafts on Instagram. So then I don't have to keep scrolling through. Because if I'm taking screenshots every day of other people's stories, of course, my pictures are going to get like knocked out the way, right? So I save them. Ooh, throat. Been on calls all day. But I save them as drafts. Do you guys know how to save pictures as drafts? Do y'all know how to do that? If not, put it number 5. I think we're on 5. Did you answer the question about the link yet? I stepped up. No, I didn't answer the link question. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Okay. So I'll share the screen on my phone and show you guys that now. How do I do that? Share. I'm gonna have to change the host. Okay, so can y'all see that? No. Okay, so you go to your page. These are all my drafts. Hold on, I lied. These are all my drafts. So y'all see at the top, it says drafts. So this looks like an Instagram page in itself, don't it? No, these are my drafts. So if I'm having a day where I don't know what to post or something, I can go to my drafts and just find something to throw up real quick. But the way that you save it as a draft, okay. I took these today. So basically make it how you want it. Click next. Next. You don't even have to write the caption out. You can put a dot or you can just put a space. I'm going to put a dot so y'all can see it. Okay. And then you just keep clicking back and save it as a draft right there. Okay. So then y'all can see manage my drafts. It's the first picture right there. So if I want to post it, it'll go right to this page. And I don't have to go search it. If I already had the caption in, the caption would already be there. And literally I can just post it. Okay? So that's how you do that. Yes, I can pre-plan my posts, but most of the time I don't. Like I just pre-plan the pictures. I just put the pictures up there. Most of the time I don't even plan my captions. So, but if you want to, yes, you can do it that way. And I know sometimes Daylonda does Zooms on like pre-planning your posts and stuff like that. So I also suggest saving pictures that you like. We suggest that. So if you see your person and they post a picture tomorrow that you absolutely love, then all you have to do is click the save button. And I'll show y'all. I'm gonna share the screen again so y'all can see what the save button looks like. So let me click out of this. All right, so if I wanted to, make this photo right here with Taylor or Camden, I would click the save button. The save button is a little ribbon on the right side, the bottom of the picture, this ribbon. Now it is saved. You can choose what selection that you want to save it to. So poses or my pics and save it. And then the way that you find your saved photos, you can go to your page and click the little 3 lines, the menu, the 3 lines in the top right corner, and then saved photos are all right there. So any post that I want to redo, if I find, what is it called? Memes that I want to use. If I want to go to a place, like this place right here is in my area. And I think like, I know I can take some cute pictures here. The ice cream parlor. They lie. So I can take some cute pictures at this place. Instead of me following this page, I saved it so I can find it. You don't have to follow people just because you like them, especially if you have a lot of people. If you're already following like more people than you have following you. Okay. These shoes, I like the shoes. I wanted to buy them. So I saved the photo instead of following the page. Okay. So that's that. Now we're going to go over following. So I want Daylonda and Sharon to share what your following looked like when you first started versus now. So let me reclaim host.
Okay, so when I first got started, y'all, first of all, before I started this business, I was not on social media like that. Like, I would post like here and there, but my posts, they were horrible. And I didn't really like put thought into what I was posting. I was just like, picture of my family, you know, me and my kid, like that's just about it. So when I first started the business, I honestly had on Instagram, I had roughly around like 1,000 followers. And most of those people, just like on Facebook, were people that I went to high school with, or like friends and family or something like that. So I literally had to focus and really figure out different ways to increase my network, expand my network. And honestly, what I did, y'all, was I set alarms, and I still have these alarms set in my phone till this day. But I set 3 alarms every single day. And when those alarms go off, 9 times out of 10, I get to following, because it doesn't take that long to follow people. You just have to be consistent with following people, and your followers will grow. So, and what that also does too is it's kind of like that personal reminder to you. So even if you're busy at that moment, when that alarm go off, it's going to alert you like, oh shoot, I gotta follow. I need to follow some people. So when it goes off, I'll follow people. Now I'm almost at 9,000 followers, y'all, and it's so crazy. But I promise you, with consistency, that is how you're going to get there. So that's where I was at, and that's where I'm at now.
All right, Sharon.
So when I first started the business, I had around 2,000, and I almost have 10,000 now. So what I did was I look at a lot of hair pages, dancing videos, and whatever that is in your bio, like whatever, like try to find people that are like you and go to hashtags. That's what I do. So if I want to look at a dancing video, I'm going to look at the people and just just follow them. Tiara was like, Sharon, do not look at them profiles. Just go ahead and add, because it's going to slow you down. So just go through the likes or whatever posts you're looking at and just add them. And one thing how I manage that is I follow in the morning, and whoever does not follow me back during the day, I unfollow them at night, because I want active people on my social media. And how I do that is I use an app that tells me who unfollows me. I don't unfollow them on the app. I just go back and forth, like double click and just go back and forth, because third-party apps were deleting Instagram. So do not use an unfollowing app. Just get it, and it will tell you who's unfollowing you.
Thank you for that. Okay. If this is helpful, y'all put a number 6 in the chat if this has been helpful thus far. I'm about to give another huge tip for adding to your network. So when I started, I had about 2,000 followers. I now have 19,000. Again, before power hours were a thing, me and my friend would get on the phone at night, and we would like just add to our network, and we would just keep doing that every single day until our following started growing. If you are struggling and you feel as though you only have Sharon, they said, can you put the name of the app in the chat? If you guys are struggling, put a number 7 in the chat if you are struggling because you have such a close number of followers than you have following you. Or if you're following more people than you have following you. Okay, if you're struggling with that, this tip is for you. First of all, you need to unfollow people who are not following you back. That's number 1. And if you have a close number, everybody's not following you back. You need to unfollow celebrities. They're not exempt. They get unfollowed too. Okay? They're not going to support your business. Beyonce's not going to sign up. I promise. She's not going to be a distributor. And guess what else she's not going to do? Present day. Guess what else she's not going to do? She's also not going to shout you out. She's not going to put up a host of posts for you. And she's not going to change your name on Instagram. I promise. So if you need to find her later just to get a little spark of Beyonce, you can search her. And guess what else? If she makes a post that's just like amazing, watch everybody on your page or on your profile just post it because it's Beyonce. So you're going to see it anyway. So what is the point of you following her? Okay, if you're following Shade Room, honestly, it's a distraction. You're going to get caught up in the post. You're going to be looking at the comments and laughing. You're going to start sending it to your cousin. You're going to go on Google and start searching, trying to figure out why Boo Boo did that to Casey. Okay? These are all things that I know because it happened to me. So if y'all want to keep doing it, y'all can. But I'm telling you, these are things that slowed me down. Getting caught up on Shade Room. Even like when I'm going through stories on Instagram and I see a Shade Room video, sometimes I'll click on it. And a lot of times I'll end up on that page a little longer than I need to be. So I suggest not doing that. Same thing with the comedy pages. I love the guy with the blue hair. Funny. Like, he's so funny to me. He's so funny to me. I love Miss Pretty V. She is hilarious to me. I don't follow them. I don't have time. They getting paid. I have to get paid. And I'm not getting paid by watching them. Okay? So do not get caught up in watching other pages. But here's a tip if you're struggling because your numbers are so close. I suggest putting your page on private just so that you can see who is trying to add you. So then you can keep track of who's trying to add you. So for an example, you're going to toggle back and forth from private to public, private to public. This is how this works. This worked for me. Like if I was caught, like for example, when I got caught at like 9,900, I'm like, Lord, if I don't get over 10,000. So if you keep getting caught at a number, this is what you need to do. So go on private. You add a whole bunch of people. Let's say you add 600. As they are trying to add you back, there's going to be a list of people who are trying to add you back. You can literally count how many. So if it's 100 people, you like, boom, that's my goal. Instead of you going through and saying, you can follow me, just click public and everybody's following you now. You don't have to click them one by one. Just click public and everybody's following you. Then if you want to go back on private to do it again, you can do that again. Okay? But toggle back and forth. Once you get at a good place, like where you have a good gap between those who are following you and those who are not, then or the people you're following versus who's following you, once you have a nice gap between that, then you can stay on public. So that would be my suggestion there. Does that make sense for those who have that struggle? Please let me know if you need me to go over it again, because that is something that I know a lot of people struggle with. Okay. So watch y'all following about to grow like super quick. I'm telling you, that's gonna work. So then I want to go over this because this is going to determine who's trying to follow you back. Okay. Number one, your name. Your name on Instagram cannot be misunderstood. Why would someone want to follow someone who's misunderstood? Misattitude. Ratchet. It can't be those things or people are not going to want to follow you back. Does it have to be your first and last name? No, my page has never been my first and last name, but it needs to be something that's not stereotypical or something that's going to cause people to frown upon you. Another thing that people are going to make a decision. How do I know people are making a decision to follow you back from this? Is because Sharon just told you that's how she decides who to follow, by looking at their profile picture. So if your profile picture is in horrible lighting, if you decided to change your profile picture, and no shade to Black Lives Matter because I'm down 100%, but if you change your profile picture to a fist, people can't see who you are. A lot of people have fists. They're not necessarily going to follow you back because of that, okay? If you have a picture of your dog, they're not going to follow a dog page back. They don't know if it's a dog page. You're on private. If you have a picture of a kid, they're not really trying to follow kids. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful of what your profile picture is. It should be a picture of you. This is your brand. This is your business. You're working your business from Instagram. So you need a nice picture, the best picture of you. I suggest, you don't have to be smiling in your photo, but I suggest that you look very presentable. Why? Because people already judge books by their cover, but in our culture, they also judge books by their color, okay? So if you have a mean looking face, then they're gonna think that you're trying to add them because your cousin is cheating on her boyfriend with your, okay? So just be little things like that, y'all. I know it sounds very petty, but this is reality. This is life. So make sure that your profile picture looks presentable. So instead of them thinking like, who is this? Who she know? They're thinking, who's this girl? Why is she trying to be my friend? She look nice. Why would she want to follow me? Oh, she has a business. You want them to make those thoughts immediately as soon as they see your page and your profile picture instead of negative thoughts. You want their first thought of you to be pleasant, okay? So those things matter. In addition to that, your bio, because they can't see your photos when you're on private, but they can see your bio. So what do you have in it? If you have It Works distributor, what are they going to say? She just added me because she want me to get her products or be on her team. If you have, you have what? Rest in peace. And this is, again, no shade to those we've lost. But if you have rest in peace so-and-so or so-and-so's girlfriend, stuff like y'all, that's not someone who's trying to like build a brand. That doesn't look like someone who's trying to build a brand. So you want to have things like who you are. Dallas Cowboy lover. I'm not, but if you are, I mean, you want to have something. If you're in a sorority, have something relating to that. If you love curly hair. Okay. If you are, I don't know why I keep using the word, but if you're eccentric, you can put, I'm eccentric. If you could put like probably at, I know Cheyenne, I think she has like probably at TJ Maxx or something. If you love shopping at Target, say I'm a Target girl or something. Or fashionista, if you love fashion, put things in your bio that are gonna make them want to follow you. Because here's the thing, if you found your person like we suggested and you start adding people who are liking those people's posts, then 9 times out of 10, if y'all are similar, they're gonna like your stuff too. They're gonna want to add you back because they see that you're eccentric, just like the other girl that they're following, or you like Zodiac. This is for Jeff. You like Zodiac and stuff like that, and the other girl do too. Okay, so keep that in mind. You just started keto. You just started a keto diet. They following another influencer that does keto. Let me follow this girl too. That is what they're gonna decide. They're gonna connect the dots. Okay. So, do y'all have anything to add to that? No.
I was just gonna add, so when I first joined y'all, my page was private. And I kept my page private for almost, I want to say like a year and a half, maybe 2 years of me being in the business. And I've only been in business for 3 years, right? So, but what it allowed me to do was exactly what Tiara just said, was see the people that's following me and delete the people that's not. So I grew my following quickly because I was able to have some type of control of who's following me and who's not following me, and just kind of keep it going. But the big thing of it all, y'all, is consistency. So in all of this stuff that we are sharing, you have to make sure that you guys be consistent. And if your page is going to be on private and you're going to bounce back and forth from private to public, you have to make sure that you're, tracking the people that's following you back, so that your numbers are not like lopsided, where you have more people that's following or you're following than the people that's following you. And then again, for me, I'm an alarm person. So I have an alarm set on the day that I delete. Okay. And I actually delete 2 days out of the week. So I literally go, if you go on Instagram, on Instagram, right? You go on Instagram, it is a spot. If you click on following. So if you go on Instagram, you click on following, it's going to be a new little category that says least interacted with. And what I started to do was, and it gives you 49 people every time you leave out and come back in. So what I started to do was every single, those 2 days that I'm deleting from my network, I go through those people, and the people that's following me back, then I'll send them like a business post or a product post. And then the other people that's not following me back, I delete them. And that's how I'm able to delete, you know, a good number of people from Instagram that's not really interacting with you, or even big picture, they're not even following you back. So they're just literally there. So.
Am I muted? Oh, no. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen. Did y'all see how I just went to that? No? Yes? If you saw how I went to that, put a number. Okay. I'm going to back up. So I just showed y'all what Daylonda is referencing. And Sharon brought up this point, and it just really blew my mind. She said, the people who are saying that they cannot find the least interacted with list, are you guys looking on Facebook or y'all looking on Instagram? Because it's not on Facebook, it's on Instagram. So go to your following, not followers, following. And then y'all see right there where it says least interacted with under categories. If y'all see that, put yes, or put a number in the chat. So I'll know we're on the same page. Okay, so you click that, and that's where the 50 names are going to be. Some of these people are following me, some of them are not. How do I know if they are not following me? So this girl here, for an example, I know if she's not following me if I click following and I'm not at the top of her list. No, I am not anywhere down here. If she was following me back, I would be at the top of the list. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to message her. I'm going to unfollow her. Okay. So this is another way to do it if you don't want to get the app that Sharon was referencing. Of course, you can use it that way too. So Jess, in your situation, if you're saying you can't find it on your app, I don't know why it's not there. I don't know. But you may want to go the route that Sharon explained. So same thing with this girl. I check her following. I'm not at the top. That means she's not following me. I unfollow her. And y'all, this is something you can literally do in the bathroom. And if I ever find someone who is following me, yes, all these people not even following me. Like, so y'all see that? Everybody don't follow me back either. Boom, someone who's finally following me. So this girl's following me. I can send her. I like her profile. I'm not scrolling down trying to figure out who she's married to and stuff. All I need to see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. First 9 pictures. Boom. That's all I need to see. She has a nice social media presence. So I'm going to send her a random message because she did not come to me. I went to her. This is the random message. Okay. And I'm not going to unfollow her because I don't want her to be like, you unfollow me. That has happened before. Okay. So that's how that goes. This lady's following me. For her, I would send a product. Okay. So let me stop sharing that. The next thing that I want to go over really quick is messaging. So you have to message. You absolutely have to message people. So this is the perfect time to talk about that because I just showed y'all a message that I use. The other message are through my likes, which I've given you guys on, you said keyboard setup? What keyboard setup? I've given you guys the message I used before. That's one of them. That's like one of the main messages that I use. The one that I just you put in my phone. Oh, Wordboard. Wordboard. Here's another one. You have to message your likes, you guys. LaShonda, if you download Wordboard, you can have your sponsor send you their scripts. They can just be emailed to you. And once you open it up, they'll be right in your Wordboard app. That's the beauty of Wordboard. The thing is, you're going to have to figure out what script she's using it for and stuff. So it may be a lot on you to like decipher in what ways she's using the different, scripts and stuff. So my suggestion would be for you to just do it as you go instead of spending 3 days trying to set up every script. Just save the scripts as you go, because then you'll know what you use the script for. Does that make sense? So if somebody is asking for hair vitamins and I get their phone number, I go ahead and save the script that I use for their phone numbers. And I know to save it as phone number under the hair vitamin folder. Okay, so just do it as you go along instead of like trying to figure out how to sit down and do it. But yeah, you guys have to message. People do not just come to me every once in a blue moon. Yes, I'll get a message saying I'm ready to get started. When that happens though, they didn't just come to me. They came because they probably saw something in my stories. They still saw something. So this is why you have to post consistently, but you also have to message people so that they'll know that you want them on your team, because some people don't message you because they think they're not good enough for your team or something. So go through your likes, use that as a list to go by and message. Now everything works full circle. So if you're not adding to your network, don't get upset when the same people keep liking your stuff. It's going to happen. You have to make the time to add to your network. So you have, and Daylonda said that, you have to keep track of those people, especially if you're going on private. Now you can't be on private for 5 days straight and you didn't add not one person. What are you on private? What are you doing? That's inconsistent. Okay, so make sure that you're adding daily, and the purpose of you doing that is so that you can basically add to your network and go back to public and have an influx of followers. The other thing I thought about, you guys, so I've been giving y'all the script, right, for getting people to join your team, and y'all been using that from Facebook the whole time. The message that says you're a professional sharer, where though? If y'all are using y'all using it on Facebook, I use that on Facebook too, but I use it primarily on Instagram. Where are you professionally sharing your life? Like, where are you sharing your lifestyle? You saying you're getting paid to share your lifestyle, but where are you sharing your lifestyle? So we have to start using Instagram, y'all. You don't share your lifestyle the same way you would on Instagram. It's just not happening. Even if you go live every once in a while, you're not giving them what you would give them if you were sharing your lifestyle on Instagram. What else? So one idea that I had, and this is going to be more work on me, and this is why I keep asking you guys, y'all, I'm willing to do everything in my power to help you guys. I promise you I am. If y'all don't know that about me by now, like, I don't know, but I am doing everything I can. So one thing that just popped in my mind is, what if we had a mock Instagram page, a page that y'all can go to and see different post ideas and different captions that you could literally fill in the blank. So you could copy the caption and fill the blank in. At that point, what excuse would we have not to post? At that point, you would have to have a photo of yourself, because I can't take the photo for you. Can't take the pictures for you. But if the caption is right there and ideas was right there for you, would you at least make the time to post? Let me know in the chat, because that's going to take some time to make. Okay? All right. So that is something that myself, Sharon, and Daylonda are going to put together for you all. We're going to try to do different variations. Now, I understand some people are going to be confused. Y'all are gonna have newbies that you share this page with, and they're gonna be confused. They're gonna post the picture of the person on the page, the example. They're gonna just go ahead and post it. What you're gonna do is show them grace, because we needed this to be consistent ourselves, right? So you don't like say, oh girl, you did that wrong. You show them grace and say, like, this is the right way to do it. It's not there for you to copy and just post. It's there for you to look at as an example. So make sure that you guys are showing grace in that area, because it's gonna happen. Okay? The fill in the blank. If we're giving you guys a situation where you have to fill in the blank, this is not, if we're literally giving all of that, we're gonna need you guys to try your best to be able to do that, to fill those blanks in and like fill in the, proofread and make sure that, it makes sense and everything. You don't need to send it to your sponsor, because you're literally giving a caption that you can just plug something in really quick and post. So you should be able to do that by yourself, okay? So that's the idea. The goal is to have it up by Sunday. The challenge would be for you guys to be consistent and posting every day between today, well, not today because it's not gonna be up. Well, yeah, today, because y'all can post what y'all got until we have that page up. So today until the end of the month. Now, I do not post on my Sabbath day. So if you guys have chosen a Sabbath day, I suggest that you guys also let your sponsor know, because that's a good thing for them to know, a day that they shouldn't be reaching out to you and stuff, the day that you're going to be, taking a break. So I don't post on my Sabbath day. So every other day I'm going to put a post up. All right. I'm not doing it on Facebook. I'm only doing it. This is only for Instagram. Y'all been using Facebook. Y'all been neglecting Instagram. So this is only for Instagram. Taya said, how long would you suggest using the private method? So my tip was, until you see a significant gap between how many followers you have versus how many people you're following. So you're gonna have to keep track of that daily. That's something you can literally do while sitting in the bed, laying in the bed at night, watching your little Netflix show before you go to sleep. Okay, talking about myself. So that's something that you can do before you fall asleep at night. Just add to your network and keep it on private. In the morning, check to see how many people are trying to add you back. If it's 50, if your goal is like 50, then just go back to public so that all those people will be added, and then go back on private and add some more, add 50 more. In the morning, next morning, check to see if you got your 50. If you don't got your 50, go back, add some more till you get 50. Then go to public. Then go back to private. Does that make sense? Okay. Jayla said, how do you copy a caption from Instagram? Google. That's a Google. So literally all you have to do is click the 3 dots above the photo on Instagram. And if in the page that we're creating, I would have those instructions, because I understand a lot of people don't know that. So click the 3 dots, take the link, go to Google, put the link for that photo into Google. The post is right there with the caption. You can copy and paste it. Yes, Kelly, you got it. How can I change my name on Instagram? So you would go to edit profile, I think. Yeah, just click edit profile and change your username. That was Ashley. Okay. Any other questions? What message do you send to those who fill out the application? Okay, so Latoya, when they fill out the application, I text them, because they send me their phone number, right? In my application, I get their phone number. So I text them, and this is the message I send. Hey, love, this is Tiara at PINKteeROSE from Instagram. Just received your influencer application. Super excited to help you get started. Nice to meet you. They say, nice to meet you, or whatever, respond. And I schedule either a one-on-one if it's not a day that we have a opportunity webinar, or I get them on the webinar. Once they're on the webinar, they get all the information. I get them signed up. If it's not a day of a webinar, when I get them on a one-on-one call, I don't have to go over my story again because they just read it on the influencer app. So hopefully that answers that question. What else? This is why folks be like, huh, when we post that message. LaJoya. See, that's why, yes. They like, where you showing your lifestyle in a week? Okay. This question was missed. What message do you send to those who fill out the application? Okay, I just put that in here. Okay. Tasha, how do I private? You go to, you click the 3 lines on your profile, and then you go to settings, I think. And then you go to privacy. And then it should say account privacy, public, and you can just change it to private. Okay. I see this is being recorded. Where can we find it? Once it is finalized, I will post it in the chats for you guys and in the team page on Facebook. Okay. Any other questions? Great questions. I thank you guys for asking questions. Thanks, Jess. What else? We're gonna, of course, we can go on and on and on about Instagram. We're gonna do another training on highlights and stuff, highlight stories, all that. So, but I feel like this was enough to start off with. Where is the application located? The application is in my bio on Instagram. That one is like specific to me. I did not create the application. Like when I tell y'all, I literally do everything I tell y'all to do. I got the application from somebody else. I copied it and I pasted it. I pulled up on my screen their application and my form, and I said copy and I said paste. Now the story part, I had to like rewrite my story because their story was their story. So I just rewrote my story. I already know how to share my story. So I just rewrote mine the way that I like to share my story. And y'all already have a template that we follow on this team. If you've done an opportunity call before, you should have our team's template. Use that to write your story. And then you'll have the application right there. Use the same questions that you have. Use the same questions that I have and just copy it and paste it. I also have a new way for doing host to post with this application. It's a video too, y'all. There's a video on how to create an application. I'll send that to you. I didn't watch it, but you guys can use that. But I have a new way of doing host to post using the application. I had 4 applicants from host to post yesterday with this new way. I will tell y'all how to do that once you have your application created. Okay, let's go grab our details. Okay. All right. So y'all have a blessed night. We've been on for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Does anyone else have anything else to say? I knew this was going to be pretty long though, y'all, because it's a lot of information to cover. I'm unmuting you, Daylonda and Sharon. Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna close you guys or leave you guys with just try it. Like, just be consistent, y'all. With trying new things, it's always like, you get nervous a little bit, I don't know, and stuff, but just have fun. Instagram is so fun. Okay, you get to see so many people and just different things that you can do on your own, and just make your business fun. I challenge you guys as you're learning Instagram, just learn something new a day, and hopefully you took some notes. So look back through your notes or look back through the recording once it's posted, and just try it and see the success you can have from it before you speak on it on this ain't working and this this and that. Just try it and give it your all and see how much this can help you. So let's rock out Instagram.
Quick question, did y'all, when y'all were looking at your person, did y'all get a little excited? Like, ooh, this page is nice. Did y'all feel that? Someone else could feel the same. For instance, I'm not saying that about a guy. All right, well, someone can feel the same thing about your page, okay? So someone could come to your page and feel the same thing. So you just gotta find your group. I promise you guys, it doesn't matter what you look like, where you live, like you can find how to post on your, with like who you are and stuff. Tasha, okay, so it's not about who you like, it's about whose life looks like yours. So were they married? Did they have kids? They have the same amount of kids that you have? Like, did they kind of look similar to you? Different things like that. Like, what else? Does their hair look like yours? So then you can literally see yourself doing the things that they're doing, instead of you trying to be someone who doesn't even look like you at all. Okay. So we will talk about the sharing on our website. Oh, Rochelle, I'm sorry. Gotcha. So sharing your website. I don't suggest, I mean, there's no need to share your website. The goal on Instagram is to always get phone numbers. If you're sharing your website, nobody's gonna talk to you. So you won't know who's interested and who's not. So it's kind of difficult for you to build your network. It's kind of difficult for you to see who your potentials are if you're posting your website. The goal is for them to have to come to you to learn about your discount, to get the discount, to get the orders in. Does that make sense? I don't recommend changing your name if there's nothing wrong with your name. Let me see what your name is, Brianna. No, I don't suggest changing your name. I actually wanted to change mine because it's PINKteeROSE, but I've had that for forever, so I'm not. So, okay. Well, y'all have a blessed night. And this is recorded, so I'm gonna